tuned up on Billy bass. Oh yeah. Oh, it's bass guitar. Everything you need. Low notes, high notes, everything between. Oh, it's bass guitar. Everything you need. Low notes, high notes, everything between. Sometimes you try to take it just a little far. After you're packed for the trip, it hardly fits in the car. Oh, it's bass guitar. Everything you need. Low notes, high notes, everything between. Little tiny squeaky thing with a short mini skirt. Always picks the singers. You can see them start to flirt. Crazy gets a guitar player. Drummers, they do too. Bass players don't pick and choose. We know who's got the groove. Oh, it's bass guitar. Everything you need. Low notes, high notes, everything between. It's bass guitar. Everything you need. Low notes, high notes, everything between. Yep. I wrote that several years ago. That's my sound check song. They go, check your vocal mic, check your... And I go, it's bass guitar. It's just fun to do. Anyways, the short mini skirt thing. I think that came from the 80s. Holy cow. Nonetheless, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the backyard. Got a little bounty in the garden. Been out here sweating it this morning. Trying to pick a little bit of, I leave for, several days at a time, sometimes weeks at a time. I come back, and put the garden back in place. We've got it. It's sustainable right now. It can go a couple days. It has really good soil. But yeah, it's fun to do, and it's hot out here. Good morning, guys. I haven't played this thing in a while. Had it down in the basement. Call it Billy bass. Some of you guys know, right, Earl? So many tones to it, wherever you hit it. You can write so many weird songs with this thing. I mean, I can't wait to hear it with Colt on his mandolin. It'll be fun. Anyways. Well, story begins at a gig in Cali, on a farm specializing in fun. Trimmigrants of all shape and form, criminals out on the run. Season-ending harvest parties strung out from the road. They put us up in tents on the ridge and a creek not far below. Woke up cramping from a chips and tea I had the night before. It's when I met my newfound friend at the creek down below. Walking down that creek side, I saw his big brown eyes. First I thought he was smiling, then I saw him start to rise. I turned and ran, hit the ground, I forgot to take my feet. Next thing you know, he was laughing at me, and I laid there in my pee. There's a story about Jack the Bear eating fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Well, curiosity got me thinking, why did he laugh at me? As if he was smiling with anti-insanity. I followed Jack all day and night, find out how he ticked. His secret exposed as he entered the tunnel, eating buds right off the stick. Delicate touch, razor sharp claws, he trimmed like a seasoned pro. Picking flowers with intelligence, not be caught in the grove. Walking down that creekside, I saw his big round eyes. First I thought he was smiling, then I saw him start to rise. Turned and ran, hit the ground, I forgot to take my feet. Next thing you know, he was laughing at me, and I laid there in my pee. There's a story about Jack the Bear eating fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Take it, Ken. creekside. I saw his big brown eyes. At first I thought he was smiling, then I saw him start to rise. Turned and ran, hit the ground, I forgot to take my feet. Next thing you know, he was laughing at me, and I laid there in my pee. This is a story about Jack the Bear eating fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Fish, berries, and weed. Sing it with me. Fish, berries, and weed. Good morning, guys. I wrote that song a few years ago, quite a few years ago, actually. I was camping with my friend Doug Reese and Michael Hunt. We were up somewhere on the Arkansas River boundary waters in Colorado, and I'm not really sure what that area is. Beautiful area near Angel of Chavanal, that area. I think there's a state park up that way, a camping area. We were off the grid. But anyways, they went to town for supplies, or maybe Doug did, and I sat there with my notebook, and I was remembering a time up in Northern California. I'd went up with a friend and kind of helped out a little bit on a little farm, and all the termigrants, people from everywhere, they kept saying they saw this circus bear, you know, doing tricks and stuff, balancing buckets and sitting on the tractor, and you know, lo and behold, it really was a bear. I don't think a circus bear, but it was eating the cola buds off the top of the plants, and they kept thinking it was the termigrants doing it, and it wasn't. It was a bear. Nonetheless, the game camera finally caught it in one of the, Mikey got it in one of the high tunnels, just sitting there, just pulling them out, just eating them away. Nonetheless, fun story, right? Made a song out of it. It's getting a little warm out here. I sit out here sometimes, usually not with an upright bass, but I'll just find random notes that go with the sound of like the traffic going by and stuff, and then just jam on it. Go. Hey guys, I'm gonna go here in a minute. It's getting hot. I gotta pick up this bounty I've got here. Let me put this thing down. You know, I had a wonderful weekend this week. The whole week was great. Colt ball on the get down. We were up in Normal, played the Make Music Normal Festival. Yeah, 420. It was great. Let me get my coffee. I had some, you know, this week, before I forget, Thursday, Jamie and I are going to be down at the tea shop. I'll put it in the listing. It's going to be fun. You know, come in there. We're going to be sitting there with our acoustic guitar, singing our songs. You know, we may do some covers. I don't know. Generally, it's just originals. He'll do one, I'll do one. He'll do one, we just go back and forth for a couple hours. I think it's like $5 at the door, or just tell them no. I don't know how that works. I'm playing. I'm not paying. And then on Friday, I'll be at the Oyster Bar with Colt Ball and the Get Down. That's going to be fun. We got a band from Colorado coming out, Knuckleball. They're going to be playing with us, that gig swap thing. And you know what? From what I've seen, I went on, kind of did some, I don't know, looking on the internet, you know, finding out. Usually I do that. I do a little research on the band that we're going to be playing with, so at least I know what they're about, you know. And these guys rock. It's going to be cool. They play at Mishawaka and a lot of the other cool places that we're wanting to get into. So it's kind of cool, you know, to show them what we're into, you know, so they can get in. And then likewise, we trade with something. So I think next month we got a Colorado run with Colt Ball and the Get Down. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Susie and I are going to do some off-grid camping. We're taking the dog. I think this time we're taking the van instead of the RV. We're going old school, you know, off-grid, get way back in there. Nonetheless, you guys, you know, as I walk around town and you know, everybody's in a good place right now. It's a little hot out. We've got these heat warnings, but I think everybody early on in the season went ahead and fixed their air conditioners, it seems like, because everybody seems somewhat happy. You know, it's the drawing of negative energy to yourself. Sometimes, you know, it's not really good to draw the energy in. Maybe kind of push it away. You know, I think sometimes we, the law of attraction, you know, you start talking about all the negativity, and then all of a sudden you're surrounded by negativity. And, you know, if you want that, that's what happens. And that's fine, if that's what you want. You know, what I prefer to do is try to surround myself with things that make me happy and make me smile and find solutions to the problem. You know, sometimes that's the funnest thing, when you go, holy shit. You know, yesterday, Susie and I were setting up the new tent I ordered off of Amazon. You know, I do that stuff, and about half this shit you got to send back. You know, it's just not what they said it was. But this one seems to be exactly like they said, and we set it up in. And at some point, it's a matter of moving the van back 2 foot for it to fit. And, you know, finding the solution was like finally looking at the whole problem and going, wait, the door's too high, but the tent's high enough. We just need to back up about another foot. And sure as shit, it worked. You know, it's somewhat watertight, I would imagine. I don't know, we really don't plan on camping in the rain, but we have the van. That's where the bed's going to go. Anyways, I'm babbling a little bit. It's getting warm out here. You guys come check it out. Jamie Gooch and I will be playing on Thursday down at the tee shop, and then on Friday I'll be up in St. Louis at the Oyster Bar with Colt on the Get Down, and we've got Knuckleball coming in from Colorado. This is going to be a great week. My Saturday, I have it open. I was planning on going up to Minnesota to Frequency 1, but they had moved the schedule around and put Evan on Friday, so I can't make it. Nonetheless, you know, I hope they have a good time up there. It'd be kind of a cool show to see. You guys have a great day. Do something good. Get outside. Say thank you. And just pick up a little piece of trash every now and then. It's cool. I want to eat some of these tomatoes. Look at that. Look at that. In one day, we got that. You know, 2 days ago, I got that much. And I'm looking at the tomato plants right now. I've got jalapenos, tomatoes, everything is coming up. Green peppers. I've got radishes every day. I'll grab a couple. The squash hasn't quite matured. Get cucumbers every single day. And you know what? I usually buy, here's what I do. Sometimes I like to buy the organic vegetables and stuff at, like, you know, Lowe's and places. But what I do is they usually have, these are dying over to the side. And it's like discounted price. Like 4 of them look like they're hanging on by a little thread, and 2 of them seem, you know, dried up pretty good. Well, that's my tomatoes this year. They've all grown just fine. You got to nurture them a little bit. Same thing with the peppers. They were in a little 6-pack, the jalapenos, and 2 of them were so dried up that there's no way we can bring these back. Well, look at that. All 6 of them producing every single day. Man, yeah, we're a salsa eating family here. You guys have a good day. Love you.